I'm Bruce Edwards, and I'm the business reporter for the Rutland Herald. I've been doing this job pretty much strictly business reporting or editing, actually, for nearly 20 years. And I guess the best way to become a journalist is to have an interest in journalism, and that means writing. And I can share my personal story with you. I had an interest in writing journalism at a fairly young age. I thought I wanted to become a journalist because I was going to be one of these crusading reporters. And in some respects, I've been able to fulfill that goal. But I had an interest in writing, not so much fiction, but I enjoyed writing nonfiction. I enjoyed history. And pretty much, though English can be a boring subject for a lot of people, I pretty much excelled at that as well. Now, math and science I didn't do very well at, so I was kind of limited in terms of my interests. Now, one of the things I did when I got to college, though I didn't do it in high school, I didn't write. A good thing to do, if I can just back up, is if you're in high school, just about every high school has a newspaper. Sometimes they have a poetry journal or a quarterly or something like that. You can get some writing experience doing that. And in college, certainly I think just about every college, again, has some kind of newspaper. Many of the larger universities, actually, like the University of Missouri, has a newspaper, publishes a newspaper on a daily basis. So if I have one suggestion, is that if you're really interested in journalism, at least once you get to college, and I would recommend going to college to pursue a career in journalism. Not necessarily do you have to major in journalism, though that's not a bad idea, but once you get to college, freshman year, certainly by your sophomore year, volunteer for the school newspaper and any other perhaps quarterly publications they may have, and that's a great way to get experience. Now, I'll also tell you my own personal story. I didn't do that. I was a history major in college and minored in English and sociology. So I didn't go to journalism school. But I did, again, I had a real interest in history and current affairs, and that if you don't major in journalism, if you don't go to journalism school, and some of the major universities such as Syracuse University, the University of Missouri, Medill School at Northwestern are excellent journalism schools, and there are plenty of others out there. But if you don't major in journalism, if you don't go to journalism school, certainly a liberal arts background, a real interest in history and current affairs, you can't go wrong with that.